Hi, I have with me Mr. John Archer, who's coming to the Forum Theatre in Barrow on the 21st of October with his show Against the Odds. How are you, sir?
I'm very, very well, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm even better for talking to you. Now, you've had an absolutely wonderful career so far, but you didn't start out as a comedian, did you? You started out as a policeman in Cleveland?
Yeah, well, I started out as a baby, but but yeah. My first sort of big career was a police officer. I was a police officer for 10 years.
Yeah.
In Stockton-on-Tees up in Cleveland.
Yeah. So when did you first start your interest in magic?
Well, really, I was a bit of a late starter because a lot of people start in magic when they're a kid, don't they, with a magic set.
Yeah.
And I think I may have, I can't really remember, but I might have had some magic sets as a kid, but I was never really massively into it until I went to art college in London. I went and did a degree in product design at Central School of Art and Design, and there was a little joke shop across the road that sold, dead flies that you could put on sandwiches and stuff. I stopped buying them because it's cheaper just to use dead flies. But that as I got to know the guy behind the counter, he slowly started selling me a few tricks and showed me magic books, and I just saw that was when I got an interest. So it was like 19, which for a lot of people is quite late to get into it. But and it just blossomed mainly as a hobby then, and then started doing a few gigs while I was in the police. Yeah, for friends and family and little charities and things.
Yeah,
and
then you went on to win an absolute string of awards, mate. I mean, I can go through a couple of them. The Ken Dodd President's Trophy for Best New Magical Comedy Entertainer, and in 1998, and you were also promoted to be a member of the Inner Magic Circle. Now, excuse my naivety, but what's the difference between the outer and the inner?
The inner's a bit smaller. There isn't a lot of difference other than you can say I'm a member of the Inner Magic Circle, and you can wear a different coloured badge. So yeah, there's not a massive difference really. I think that the Magic Circle have different levels to try and encourage people to to try and up the game and improve. So if they have a little rank structure, it makes people try and attain something a bit better. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a different coloured badge. That's it.
And then on to numerous TV appearances. I mean, you've toured with Tim Vine, and you've appeared on television, and also you've written for TV. Appeared on Britain's Got Talent and got as far as the semi-final. You were robbed, by the way, in my humble opinion.
Yeah. I was a bit unfortunate in that one because I was in a bit of a tough semi-final. There was 2 golden buzzers in my semi-final, and the guy who eventually won it. Yeah. So, and I got down to the final 3, and the judges had to pick between me and a golden buzzer guy, and obviously they're going to go for the guy who was the golden buzzer. So,
yeah. Now, these series that you appeared in for CBBC, have I got it right? Help My Supply Teacher's Magic. What's that all about?
Yeah, to be honest, that was great fun. We did 3 series of it. The first one was Help My Supply Teacher's Magic. Then it was Help My Supply Teacher is Still Magic. Yeah. And then the third one was Help My School Trip is Magic. And basically it was a hidden camera show. So we would go into a classroom, set up a load of hidden cameras, and then we would be introduced. There was a team of us. And we'd be introduced to supply teachers. Your teacher's not here today. You've got a new teacher or a student teacher or whatever. And we'd go in. They'd think we were teaching a lesson, and we'd make something magical happen. So we'd vanish something, or we'd float something, or we'd make something change into something else. And of course, the kids, it was like primary school. The kids were just, blown away by it all. And then you say, by the way, it's a TV show and you're on camera. And it was just so much fun because the kids absolutely loved it. And, they're really taken in by it all. So, and then we did it again, the second series. And then the third series, the kids came on a school trip somewhere, and we were already there as, pretending to work in the zoo, but really we were magicians doing tricks on them.
And I think I read somewhere the second one won a
was great. Yeah, I went to the BAFTA Awards, and the big thing for me there was I met Henry Winkler, the Fonz.
Oh, wow.
You're a similar generation to me, so you'll.
Or should I say, hey?
Yeah, did I? But yeah, you're right. I think he gets that a lot. Yeah. He was really funny, actually. He said something really funny to me. He said, I love magic. He said, in fact, I've got a magic coin that was given to me, and I never go anywhere without it. And I said, can I see it? He said, I've left it at home.
Now, of course, moving on to the most famous show, Penn and Teller. You were the first man to fool Penn and Teller. Am I correct?
Yeah, first man or woman. Yeah, because there's women who fool them as well now. But first person to fool them. I mean, that was more by luck than good management, because I was on the first ever show that they did. So it wasn't that nobody else could do it until I came along. But yeah, they did a series over here. But before the series, they did a pilot, and I was in that sort of pilot episode that went out. Yeah. And managed to fool them with a silly little envelope trick, really, which I'll be doing on my tour. So if people come along, they can see it.
Well, I remember watching it when it originally came out, and I've watched it again, and you're still baffling me. But you ask anybody in the Can Do FM studio, that's not difficult. So your reward for that was a trip to Las Vegas to support them in their Las Vegas show. That must have been incredible.
Yeah, it was. It was great. Yeah, I went over there. We spent a week there, and their show is at a hotel called the Rio Hotel, which is just slightly off the strip. But they have their own theatre, 1,500 seat theatre there, and it was jam packed full. And they actually did their show first, and then they said, we've got two people, because there was a guy who fooled them after me as well, a guy called Ben Earl, who's brilliant with cards, and they said, we've got two guys who are going to entertain you after the show, so hang around. So everybody hung around, and we went out. I think I went out and did about 25 minutes, half an hour, and they were absolutely amazing crowd. Yeah, because American audiences are really up for it anyway. Yeah, and then these were all Magic fans, obviously, because they're going to see Penn and Teller. So it was a great audience. Had a great time.
I can imagine. Now, bringing you full circle to your show called Against the Odds. Why have you named it that?
Well, originally it was called Against the Odds because a lot of the tricks that I'm doing are sort of, beating the odds and, and doing things that seem impossible. But because of the pandemic and everything that's happened, it's almost ironic that the tour is happening against all the odds. Because, I started the tour almost 2 years ago, got about halfway through it, and, I'm now finishing it off post-pandemic. So it's almost a bit of an ironic title now, but that was what it was originally about, yeah.
Most definitely. I wish you all the very best. Not that you need it, John, but that's on the 21st of October, Thursday, 8 p.m. start at the Forum Theatre. And please go on along and watch this wonderful, wonderful man with his wonderful magic show. Would you like to add anything about the show?
No, they'll be amazed, but it's funny as well. They'll have a good time. I'll try and make them laugh. I promise. I'm funnier than this in real life.
I'm sure you will, mate. Absolutely fantastic talking to you. Take care.
And you. Thanks a lot.